You've heard the phrase before. It felt like my chest caved in. I couldn't breathe. It physically hurt. You probably said one of these yourself once and figured you were exaggerating, reaching for the closest words you had because English doesn't have a better one for this specific kind of pain. You weren't exaggerating. You were being more literal than you knew. In 2011, a psychologist named Ethan Kross ran an experiment at the University of Michigan. He found people who had just been through a breakup they didn't choose. Someone else had ended it. He put them in a brain scanner. He showed them a photo of their ex. He asked them to think about the rejection. Then, in the same session, he did something else. He touched a hot object to their arm. Real heat, real pain, nothing dangerous, just enough to genuinely hurt. Then he compared the two brain scans. The region that lit up when they looked at their ex's photo, the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, and the anterior insula, was the same region that lit up when their arm was burned. Not similar, not related, the same. Your brain does not keep a separate file for emotional pain and physical pain. As far as your nervous system is concerned, heartbreak and a burn share the same address. Here's why that's not a glitch. For most of human history, being cast out of your group wasn't just sad, it was fatal. No protection, no shared food, no one watching your back while you slept, so your nervous system did what evolution always does. It didn't build a new alarm for social pain, it reused the one that already worked. The wiring built to protect you from physical harm, the same wiring, got repurposed to protect you from disconnection. Which means the ache in your chest right now isn't a metaphor your mind invented. It's the oldest alarm you have, going off exactly the way it's supposed to. Here's where it gets stranger. In 2010, a researcher named Naomi Eisenberger tested something almost too simple to work. She had people take Tylenol, regular acetaminophen, every day for 3 weeks. A second group took a placebo. Nobody knew which they had. Each day, participants reported how much small social pain bothered them. Being ignored, being snapped at, being left out. The Tylenol group reported measurably less pain. Not zero, not a cure, but a real physical painkiller made for headaches and sore backs, took the edge off heartbreak. Sit with that for a second. There was less separating your heart and your body than anyone ever told you. But breakups aren't only about pain. They're about withdrawal. In 2010, anthropologist Helen Fisher scanned the brains of people who had just been rejected and were, in her words, still in love with the person who left them. She showed them a photo of their ex. She expected the pain regions to light up. They did. But something else lit up too. Something she recognized from an entirely different field of research: cocaine addiction studies. The ventral tegmental area. The nucleus accumbens, the exact reward circuitry that fires during a drug craving, was firing. Fisher's conclusion was blunt. Romantic rejection doesn't just hurt. Neurologically, it behaves like withdrawal. Your brain built a reward loop around one specific person, their voice, their attention, the particular chemistry of being near them. And then, overnight, the supply got cut. You're not weak for not being over it on someone else's timeline. You are quitting a substance cold turkey. Your brain just never told you that's what this was. So here's what actually happened. Every time you thought you were being dramatic, rejection lit up the same region as a burn. A painkiller dulled a broken heart. And losing someone activated the same circuitry as a craving. None of that means the pain lasts forever. Withdrawal ends. Alarms go quiet. Brains recalibrate. But it does mean this. You were never overreacting. Your body was never being dramatic. It was telling you the truth in the only language it has ever known, the same one it uses for every other kind of danger. You didn't imagine the pain. You felt it exactly where your brain keeps all the others. Learn something new? Hit that like button, share with others, tap subscribe, and watch this video next.